was setting up the broadcast, the stream.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got two teams here looking to find a way to win. It's the Vikings coming in at 6-3, going up against the Lions, who come in at 8-1. The opening kick is straight ahead, so it's time to turn it over to my colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with the call. Gentlemen.
EA Sports coverage takes us to one of the newest jewels on the NFL landscape, U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. First carry for Latavius Murray. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I can do this.
A one-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of one-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more.
If it's just the occasional
one-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
So he's on his ass.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Complete. Richardson has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
Prescott on 1st down. He finds his target, Terrence Williams. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that leads to a Minnesota 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Come on, hold that block.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
Prescott now from the 50. And he will find his man on the outside. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this one's incomplete. Niles Paul, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. And now the Lions' defensive starters.
When I watch Khalil Mack play, I just see fury, passion, and incredible athleticism. This guy can flat out play.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. Paul bringing it in. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Come on, let's go! Brand 38! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll throw again. Prescott. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. Well, they have the yards anyway, so they're going to decline the penalty. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run.
I'm going to go ahead and say the
so when I look at my
over-under for rush yards for me
I'm probably
is
thinking about throwing it.
Here we go.
I'm going to go.
Brand 38.
Doubtful.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott.
Oh, that was almost
and incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
When you hear screen, screen, screen on defense, that's a little bit scary because you know a big play might result.
He was so ready to get to part 2 of the screen, he forgot part 1. Couldn't get the ball. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Here's one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
Hope you have a good backup. Hope you have a good backup.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatch.
That was actually pretty sweet.
One there.
What formation was
that? The backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. To throw, it's Garoppolo. It's caught. Michael Pruitt.
Seriously? Michael Pruitt is not running Devin McCourty. Get out of here. That's horseshit.
With touchdown number 7 on
Michael
the
Pruitt
year.
is not that.
And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned
he's
him
not
into the house
fast.
call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it?
McCourty should have chased him down all day.
By him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
The Vikings now heading onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's get back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Prescott.
What?
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
That 25-yard run.
Tyler Davison able to swap him from that defensive spot for a loss of 5. Big
I'm not kidding. That would have been a big run by Dak.
The offense needs to convert here on 3rd.
Who the fuck is this? Oh my God. One of these guys out here I didn't even know was on my team.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We already knew you were going to.
Here's Tom Hackett now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes.
Sorry, I needed a loss anyway.
Knock the ball away.
My team's been too
hot. The bottom line is,
no, dude, my team's been too good recently. Like something needed to happen.
Well, nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And
I've been doing crazy
offense as they take over.
Held the Ravens to 0 points.
Offense, they get ready to head back out there. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown.
Last game I won by a
so they'll be
miracle.
hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan. And
I thought you were going to throw that screen again. All right, seriously? Oh, my
Let's see if
God.
they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if
How
they
you
can do
didn't score a
just
touchdown
that.
on that
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field. And they love to run against that because now you can
I sent Joey Bosa hard that way.
Defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
Fuck.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. On 1st down, Garoppolo docks him with a grab over the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
Had Julio not hit you, that would have been
That's
TD.
enough to move the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses
That's
and how
a little
complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent
I
read.
regret my decision.
Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's
Thank you
usually
for
a good
running run
matchup
play.
for him.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown
That's
machine
probably the
all
best
year
Christmas
long.
gift I'll ever
You
get.
know they
I'm
trust
gonna
him with the football.
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
Here we go now. Boom, landing.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
One receiver left, 2 to the right.
Green 39.
Throwing now is Garoppolo.
What the fuck?
A short game was all he needed. He gets across the chalk for 6.
The thing is, I thought you were going to run that play, but then I
Offensive line
realized
creating some space,
you're not that
but how about
stupid,
the guy
and then you
running
actually
behind his
were.
pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind
I mean, you
his
probably
pad?
could have ran that
Means that
anyway.
he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
That's not what I heard.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Over
That'll
under.
be taken in the end zone. And
Points
no
for
run
me.
back here. This will be a
This
touchback, and it comes out to the
half will
25-yard
probably
line.
be
Now the
3.
Minnesota offense set to take over again. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so. They need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a
tough
lot more
position.
than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Here we go.
2nd down, Prescott finding time. He's going to rifle. He's got him in. Complete.
My boy.
Really good pickup of 28 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything.
Oh,
And it's
nice play.
intercepted.
Fuck.
A great read, and it's picked off. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. 2nd and very short here, less than a yard. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Brought in over the middle by Grant. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right.
Gotta get rid of this quick.
Garoppolo on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So 2nd and 10 here. They'll come out in the pistol. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Well, they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Let's go! Green, 39, Detroit!
On first down, Garoppolo. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
2nd down, 9 yards to go. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Bud, don't worry about what I'm doing. Bud.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter.
Bud, you won't go press on me.
Final play of the half. Prescott, he's got time in the pocket. He's going to take a third time here in this half. It's intercepted.
Bullshit.
A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down. His time is now run.
I would have fallen in.
First half
That was in my hand. That's bullshit. I'm about to pull the plug on the internet.
So both teams have their marching orders, and
That's
we'll get
bullshit.
going again here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter
Guarantee
number 3.
you I run the same play.
They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half.
If I were to do that, same exact play,
we've had guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On second down, Elliott. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Good.
And Thomas seems to be in some pain.
It's another fucking
He's
guy,
still
man.
on the ground.
Fuck him, dude.
Well, he gets a 10-2.
I honestly lose a defensive guy every game.
Now the offense lining up first and 10.
Vic's messing with the fucking settings again. No, you kidding me?
From midfield, here's Garoppolo.
You think Vic's going to give somebody else power without keeping some of it himself? Get out of here.
And he's brought down. Give him 11 on the gain there. And it's good enough for a Detroit first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. Docks him with a grab over the middle.
You don't need to run hot routes.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some
fortitude. Dude, honestly, every week I've lost a different defensive player to at least a minimum
right? He's trying to work his way through all
minimum
traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
All right.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They give him 13 yards there.
He probably couldn't put up points against Clemson either.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just
and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Ezekiel Elliott with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Lions add on to their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they...
Dude, I will literally just run a full-out blitz, and you can run like a fucking toss.
That's fielded in the end zone.
I will give you like the longest yard.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Like I said,
now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way
slim.
back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out?
Don't touch me.
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use.
First down?
Something to get you off to a quick start.
Kidding me?
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him yards and a fresh
Yeah, I told you I wasn't
down.
going to get more than 15 yards.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they
dude,
do.
Jesus Christ, like hold an extra
He'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him 3 on
Every time I see I have a hole,
it'll
Khalil
set up
Mack
a
is like,
second and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the
Just
dictating on
fucking
defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws.
You got to go with the
and
fat
other
black
plays of
guy.
that nature
Every
to
time.
make sure you don't get hurt.
Every time.
Prescott
Works
off play
every
action.
fucking time. Gotcha. What the fuck was that?
Complete.
Ah. Dude, that should have been a touchdown. Dude, I was taking that to the house. That was bullshit.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively,
just that
it's a dime look. 6 DBs. On play action, Prescott.
Intercept that, you motherfucker.
And he couldn't hold on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Don't worry, I'm not fake punting.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken
Dude,
at the
had
15.
it been 4th and 3, fake punt all day.
Very good return that time. 18 yards, and the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you,
I went the
maybe
wrong
you mix it up a
way.
little bit, we'll play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
I pulled
It's
the
a
wrong way.
pickup of 19, and it'll be first down Lions.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen,
Yeah, I
they
don't know
sent
why I
a
thought
message to
that.
the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you
I mean,
better
you
be
kinda did with
careful.
that
We
first
can hit you
play.
going back the other direction.
A first down carry by Elliott. But a pretty big hole.
How
as
did
he's
he
down
miss
to
that
about
first
the
tackle?
40.
Come on.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
This is Marshall. And down inside the 15
never know if you're going to hand that off or throw it to the fucking flat.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Inside the red zone.
The Raiders have a play like that, but there's nobody else on that side. It's just a halfback that goes
It'll
over
be
there.
a gain of 6, and it's a 2nd down.
Yeah, the
I'm
worst.
going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only... And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
I mean, at this point, I'm just literally going to let you
Touchdown
score
number
with
20
Zeke.
on the year,
just to
and the
piss Victor
Lions
off.
are able to grow their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And out now come the Vikings.
Yeah, they're taking names,
and with
too.
this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get
Just
on the
catch
field
the
on his
fucking
own.
ball,
Punter.
man.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, if something there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Prescott now. Throw right side, complete to Williams. Nice pick up there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Fresh set of downs here.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run.
And no
Why didn't he look
escaping
good?
this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Adrian Claiborne coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. A second down throw for Prescott. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And Ndamukong Suh.
Bud, you want to play?
He's the
You want to
one
safety?
to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
I'm not kidding. You want 2 points here?
Second down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third?
Bud, you
We'll
won't go
see.
press coverage.
Let's go. What? 90. What? 90. Mike, check.
Third and long for Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Wow.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And Detroit getting set to go down. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I don't really care.
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But
that's fine, man. I told you, I needed to go off.
Sets up opportunities for big plays.
I needed to go off.
Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Please
and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, I'd say that run's
run the
pretty
same defense
emblematic
the
of
rest
what
of the
we've
game.
seen all day long, no matter what they've done on offense. This offensive line
Doesn't matter what I'm going to do because you're probably going to score no matter what.
Run it, do whatever they want. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the Psyche of the
See
offense,
that tackle miss?
we're in control.
Jesus, that should have been a sack.
Whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
On me? Yes.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
Let's go with that one. Oh, man, you're not running it?
Here we go.
Might backfire.
319.
Working from the gun. Garoppolo. They're trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. And it's second down.
So much of this game
I thought
is
that was
about
gonna backfire.
leverage.
That's actually pretty good. Let's go.
Low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes,
This is what
if
I
you
call
lose
prevent
that leverage
defense.
and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball.
And this will be caught. And the carnage
Why didn't you go to
continues.
Zeke?
It's another touchdown.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner.
What I
where
told
one of
you
our
to go
predecessors,
toss
one
it
of the great
outside. I was going to go down the
commentators of all
middle.
time,
You knew that.
He used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is
But
one of our
she's
guys.
singing, too.
Oh, she's singing. She's at least.
She's on like the 5th tune. At
Yeah,
this point.
she left Scales way behind, but he's just saying something about turning out the
Look,
lights.
you want some more
The
XP
party
points? I'll let
is
you
over.
break for 100 yards right now.
And now out comes Minnesota. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down,
Wait for the interception
it
right
caused
here.
every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Right side.
smile about it.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh.
Defensive backs.
Why am I kicking it? Why am I going for two?
Take that out. Make it
God
illegal
damn.
because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they get to the corner.
But then as a wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it.
Fucking go.
Really good balance. Really
Come on,
good
let me kick
body
the damn
control.
thing.
And how about the end result? A touchdown.
And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the fourth.
you JJ
They had to
Watt,
try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on
Listen,
into a game
the chances of
situation,
that
and now
fake
you can go
field
back
goal
and
ever
dissect it. So if you need it again
working
sometime,
again.
maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for
How
them.
Ryan Mallett
run it
threw
now,
that
out of the
pass
gun.
perfectly and didn't die.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Come on, baby. See what you got.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
How Kaepernick sees passes.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
You just like fucking.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Oh, wait, no, you want the
12
rush
yards
yard.
on the pickup, and it'll be first down, Detroit.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
What's the single game rush yards? Well, just pick a play. I'm
So the D-line's going to spread out. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now Elliott. And he's going to press it forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Garoppolo looking to throw for it. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
You have like 4 of them anyway.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost.
No, his injury's at 99.
And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well.
Let's go out touchdown.
And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Looking to throw, Prescott, and he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
A second down throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there. Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old-school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on a roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
Seriously, he didn't audible into the right thing? Just fucking kick it. I hope you get it back.
And the Vikings able to recover. The Hams team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time,
can't rape the welling, Jess.
They do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here.
With the rush.
Numbers much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
That wasn't clear.
Second down, Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose.
I don't understand that.
It's incomplete. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time. And that'll make it third down.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football. But today, because he's been hit a few times,
but I will literally throw the ball to one of your guys.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third.
Let's go.
Bud, play press. You won't press him.
Now Prescott. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Dude, just
once, man. Just once. On fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hang on a second. I gotta send somebody else. There we go.
One last shot now for Prescott. He's got time. He's gonna let it fly. And this has dropped it incomplete.